It is another Sunday night here at WESU Middletown, WESUFM.org, 88.1 on the radio dial. Thank you so much. Sir John turning me up. You got Sir John.
I am here.
Johnny Ganache and the Manster hanging out with us tonight. Manster, what's going on?
Hey-ho.
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 Over in Studio B, our special guest tonight, Rock Candy Podcast, Ashley and Maggie, coming all the way from Troy, New York. Troy, New York, what's going on, guys?
Hi.
Hello. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great.
You're doing great?
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
No, you're not.
Oh, wait,
What?
we're not?
What?
No, nothing.
Why are you pointing at my tit?
All right. All right.
It's not a swear.
It's not a swear, but let's not get there. Let's not get there, all right?
Wait, can we say that? Are we
Yes,
allowed to say
yes,
that?
Please
can
do
say
not.
that.
Please don't. Do us a favor and don't.
We're still kind of unclear on the rules.
Yeah, we're trying
so,
so
like,
hard.
It's the 7 words
Yeah.
that you can't say on television.
Okay.
So no
which
George Carlin.
Yes.
now apparently is like 6 words, because you can say certain words on television that you couldn't then, but you can
True.
now.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
that's accurate.
So if ass, I can say ass.
You're gonna push it till something goes wrong.
I am.
No, don't.
If there was ever an episode of your show to push it, it's this episode.
one.
Yeah.
Push it real good.
Push it
Yes.
real
So
I'm not.
Push it real good.
you guys came all the way down from.
Before we get into that, I just want to say thank you, Billy, for allowing us to come in and do the things that we did for his poor show.
Billy's a sweetheart.
We love Billy.
He's
love
a
Billy.
muffin.
6,137 performances of Cats.
I just-
Record-breaking one.
He's a muffin.
He is
He
a
is a
muffin.
muffin.
He is a muffin. I love Billy.
Billy, if you're listening, which I know you are, you're a muffin.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys came all the way down from the Albany, New York area.
Good.
We
Look.
did.
Yes, we did.
What is it? What is Rock Candy Podcast? What do the people out there need to know about you guys and find out before they start hitting those download buttons?
I
like
always
crazy?
say we are a drunk behind the music.
What?
So we're a drunk behind the music.
Oh, okay.
So we talk about a band or a musician, and we give the entire history of them, and we drink. And we drink thematic beers.
Yes, we try real hard to like pick out beers that accurately portray whatever we are talking about.
People that work in the beverage centers in our area think that we are crazy.
Oh,
because we
they
spend
do, though.
a lot of time in there trying to figure out something. What are you doing?
What is
I'm
happening?
reading your shirt.
Oh,
Is that what you're doing?
Yes. I'm trying to.
like you got that right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to point it out to Lloyd. Like, Lloyd, read her shirt.
That is not what I got from those hand gestures.
I
but
did not
okay.
either.
Sure.
I did not either. So your
Alright.
your local beverage mart kind of thinks that you're. a
Yeah,
little,
they all think we're crazy
Well, we
because we
definitely
spend a lot of time in there.
Oh yeah, because like we will be like, oh, I want to talk about this artist, and we have to find a beer that matches that artist.
Somehow, some word, some.
We
kind
try
of
really hard to
breed,
make it
something.
thematic.
Yeah,
Did
and
you,
it's
did you ever have one that you pretty much like you got the beer but you're like, man, that really didn't work?
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Okay.
I would say
Wait, you
actually
wanna
more
step in,
often
Lloyd?
we have an artist, but we don't have a beer that matches them. Like our latest episode that will be coming out this week. Definitely
it
the
was
beer we
so
bullshitted.
difficult.
Lloyd's got a thing. Did you already swear? You did.
Yes,
That
I'm
is-
so sorry.
It's
That's your
fine.
single mulligan.
It's
That's your
fine.
single mulligan.
It's fine. No one's gonna know.
If that light starts flashing, though, we're in trouble. So.
I'll let you know after the fact.
So we had a really hard time with this coming week's episode. You were so embarrassed.
I feel really bad.
So what was this week's episode coming up, and what was the problem with finding a beer for it?
This coming week we're doing Bad Brains,
Mhm.
and they
There's
have
nothing.
they have a lot of albums, but most of the songs on their albums are
2 minutes long.
2 minutes long, and they're all very similarly titled.
Yeah.
Actually, and I was looking for like positive or positive mental attitude. Like they were a very positive punk band back in the 70s and 80s. And even 90s. And there actually aren't a ton of beers that really relate to that.
Yeah, there
which
aren't.
is weird to me.
There
Because I was
really
like,
are.
I figured there should be something with positive or mental or attitude.
But also
Nothing.
they have a lot of songs that are
Right in, Lloyd.
they
No, they're
have a
going.
lot to do with God, and a lot of beers
Job.
still have a lot of things to do with God. So
Yeah.
that was difficult.
Go ahead.
I have to say, my favorite one of all time was Troy Division.
Yeah.
How the hell did you come up with
Okay.
that?
No.
No.
So that month, that was in July. In July, we decided, forget it. We are going to just pick out beers that when we look at the beers, we can see, like, oh, we can talk about this artist.
So you
because of
reversed
this beer.
engineered it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Because we had a bunch of beers that actually worked really well with certain artists.
So Troy Division came from our favorite brewery in Troy, Rare Form. We shout them out all the time. Shout out Rare Form in Troy, New York. Please go there if you are anywhere near the Capital District in New York.
We
They are
drank
great.
we drank quite a bit of their beer today.
That's
right.
At 10 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning.
Coconut for us.
So thank you very much, Rare Form.
Yes.
Right? But they came out with Troy Division. They actually have like a really cute logo that looks very similar to Joy Division's Unknown Pleasures album. And I saw that and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do an episode on Joy Division. And what I loved about it, and this is kind of the thing that I really love about our podcast, is that we will research bands, and like I learned so much about Joy Division and I fell in love with them.
Were you
Yeah.
fans before you knew that?
Kind of like I knew New Order
Yes.
more than I knew Joy Division.
Agreed. I definitely
So-
knew New
Lloyd
Order
is so
more
excited
than
he's
Joy.
touching me.
This is like a thing with you guys.
Yeah.
Still shipping it.
He's all
Still
over the
shipping
Joy
it.
Division.
Yeah, we are shipping this very much
Oh
right
my
now.
god.
Oh, no.
I need fan art.
So you guys don't have to be a fan of the band to do the show.
No,
Not at all.
Okay.
What's name a band that you're not a fan of that you've done a show on?
Oh jeez. I mean, I
Yeah,
didn't even
tough one, huh?
listen to Typo Negative a whole lot before I did an episode on them. But as soon as I decided to do an episode on them, oh my god, I love them. There's Typo Negative was so good. They were such a great band.
What was there one though that you've done that you don't actively
yeah,
dislike?
You don't like
I don't
now.
think
I don't think
Done-
we've done that yet.
Yeah, we haven't done any that we've actively disliked.
I will say this though, we have had a discussion actually on the way down here to hang out with you guys. We were talking about how the interesting thing about this podcast is like we started it because we love music and we have these conversations like, did you know this about this band? And you start this podcast because you love music and you love these musicians and you want to know their story. And what's interesting about it is now we've developed this, can you separate the art from the artist? And I grew up loving certain artists. And I
Yeah.
will say right now, so for me, there are two people that this podcast has made me really like kind of fall back on.
Ted Nugent.
I haven't talked about Ted Nugent yet.
I don't
but
know
will-
if we can do a Ted Nugent episode
We'll do
because
it
I will
eventually.
lose my mind. I will
To be
lose
fair.
it.
Okay.
But when we did our Metallica episodes, and then we actually did a crossover with Make It Stop podcast about Saint Anger, and like I've done really deep dives in this Metallica, and I grew up like middle school, high school, loved Metallica.
There you go, John.
And
I'm not
they were
getting
my
confident.
favorite.
There
And
you
as
go.
I have
Look at you.
researched more, I'm like, I don't know how much I
Yeah.
like you anymore.
I did the same thing with our Van Hagar versus Van Roth
Oh,
episode.
there's
Wait,
an
wait,
argument.
wait.
There's
Don't
an
call it
argument
Van
right
Roth.
there.
Oh,
yeah.
we had it out.
Don't call it
So
Van
this was
Roth.
one
It's
of
Van
our-
Halen.
Look.
This was one of our first episodes.
That's
Really?
number 4.
And
Oh.
this was our very first
haven't heard it.
versus episode. So I took the side of Van Roth.
Yes, and I
and
took
Maggie
Van Hagar.
took Van Hagar. And we were
Wow.
supposed to decide.
You-
we were
wait,
supposed
you
to-
said Maggie took Van Hagar?
I
yeah,
did.
She did.
Wow.
But see.
I you know what? I stand by it. Come for me.
I fully understand why she is on Team Hagar. That's fine. Because I was always on Team Roth. And doing this episode, I basically had this mental breakdown because I was all about David Lee Roth, and then realizing what kind of person he was.
He's not a great guy.
He's not a great guy.
There's some
He's got a great kind of booze, though.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what's sad? Watching him on stage
I
at
don't-
like
I don't-
60-something, 70-something.
Oh yeah, because watching any kind of anyone from 1965 playing now.
Mick Jagger still brings it.
I
mean-
don't.
Mick
No,
Jagger still brings
no,
it.
he does
Yes, he
not.
does.
No, he does
For
not.
a guy near 80,
No,
he
no,
brings it.
his lips are dragging around his knees. We don't care anymore. Stop. There are times you have to stop.
Ashley lost her headphones.
I swung my head back way too hard on that.
Am I incorrect?
No. No.
You're old. You're old. You're not sexy anymore.
Oh, David Lee Roth
some people
is
think-
not sexy.
I
he thinks
didn't
he
know he
is.
was sexy in the first place, but that's just me.
He was not my type.
No.
But
Not
I've always
quite.
been more of a Rush girl.
All right, so this
Wow.
This
that we're talking about on the next half.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Rush.
this begs to be answered though. So how do you guys know each other to the point where you decide to come on and do a
Seriously,
podcast
we like
together?
barely knew each other.
Actually,
when
I
we
think our
decided.
story is really funny.
Yeah.
Because you did not like me
I
at
did
first.
not like Maggie when I first met her.
I didn't see that at all.
And then we realized that
Hold
we
on.
were both really into the G.I. Joe PSAs.
What?
Hold on. You know what really... Okay.
Wait, play it. We got one.
Hold on.
You wanna hear it?
Play it,
I gotta
yes.
play it.
Always.
It's Wild Bill, man. Who's that? Oh God.
G.I.
Joe.
Joe. No, I'm assuming
Hey,
you
hey.
probably meant the jokey Fenster.
Oh
Yes,
my
yes, yes.
Hey, you're not cooking.
You not cooking? Yeah, pork
Oh.
chop
Detective.
Pork chop
Pork
sandwiches.
chop.
You
Pork
told
chop.
me do things.
I
I
done
done running.
We say that
All the
constantly.
time.
So your friendship
Pork
actually
chop.
formed over Fenster Films G.I. Joe
Yeah.
parodies.
100%.
It absolutely
Also,
did.
okay, no, because like I knew you didn't like me, and I was very intimidated by you. I'm like, Ashley's very intimidating, and I know I'm like so extra. If anybody who listens to our podcast is listening, like they know us, and they know like Ashley's like a very like thoughtful, like intelligent person, and I'm just really extra. I'm a lot.
And you're just word vomit.
I'm word vomit. But
Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah, that's me and you.
But like we joined together because we were
You're
at
like
our
the
friend-
female version of us.
Basically, yeah.
Probs. But like, our friend at a goth party, and not only did we watch the G.I. Joe
Oh my
PSAs, but also
Yeah.
we talked about how Maggie Gyllenhaal is Jake Gyllenhaal's Dorian Gray painting. Have you ever noticed how as Jake Gyllenhaal has gotten older, he's become more attractive, but Maggie Gyllenhaal slowly gets less attractive?
We're not talking about that.
What did we call her?
No,
The
we're
sad
not.
turtle.
No, we're not talking
Well,
about
I
you.
could talk
Did you
about
just
it.
call her a sad turtle?
She looks like a sad turtle.
She does look like a sad turtle, though.
We're just-
She kind of
No.
is, but she's also Jake Gyllenhaal's Dorian Gray painting.
Yeah,
Like,
No.
as Jake Gyllenhaal ages, he gets more attractive. Maggie Gyllenhaal less attractive.
I would disagree with you there.
So who's
you're
attractive
wrong.
to you then? Mick Jagger at 80 isn't. Jake Gyllenhaal at 35 isn't. Who?
Honestly, Mick Jagger and Maggie Gyllenhaal, I feel like have a lot in common.
John's just angry at me right now.
So-
God damn it, Johnson!
Oh.
Yeah, that's
What?
on the line. You got to be careful with that one.
Hold the line.
Oh, I'm
Love
sorry.
isn't always on
Did I
time.
say the GD?
Yeah,
You
you
said
did.
GD.
So how long
Jesus.
has it been since you guys have become friends
Hold the line.
and started all this?
Oh, I think this summer will be
Hold the
3
line,
years.
Lloyd.
Wow, only 3 years.
3?
2?
2 years.
Oh my god, you're at 2017.
2
You
years.
guys seem
Yeah.
definitely much more than 2
Well,
years
the
friends.
thing is, like, we have a lot of friends in common that we have both been friends with for much longer.
Right.
So, and all of us share very similar personality traits. So, we all have the same sense of humor and
Yeah.
everything. So, it's kind of like we've been friends for a long time. It took us until 2 years ago to actually meet and come together.